Sean, good to see you. This video today is for anybody who is inheriting a Roth IRA. We're breaking down everything you need to know. A Roth IRA allows you to save for retirement with after-tax dollars. That means you pay taxes on your contributions now, but your withdrawals are tax-free in retirement. So, Sean, what are the benefits of inheriting a Roth IRA?
The great thing about inheriting an IRA is whoever left it to you gave you a little extra gift. Not only did they leave that money to you, but now you don't have to pay taxes on the money you received. Let's compare that to a regular IRA. A regular IRA, as me as an individual, I save in that IRA. I don't pay taxes on it, and the government's going to make me take money out eventually and pay taxes through our required minimum distributions, which we talked about in the past. But if I pass away and leave that to somebody, it still has been untaxed, and whoever the recipient is now going to have to pay taxes on that. So when you now inherit a Roth IRA, you don't have to pay those taxes. So it's a nice tax-free inheritance that really goes straight to the bottom line.
Mm-hmm. So now I want to get into the weeds a little bit. Now it comes down to the 10-year rule and whichever kind of beneficiary you are. But what do we need to know about the 10-year rule?
Sure. So let's remember this. We just talked about the fact that the government, you pay taxes on that Roth IRA. When you inherit it, you don't have to pay the taxes anymore. But if you allow that to grow for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, depending how old you are, because it's a Roth, the government's not going to be able to tax those gains or tax any money you make. So in most circumstances, unless you're a spouse or an eligible designated beneficiary, which is a spouse, a minor under the age of 18, a disabled or chronically ill adult, if you are the grandchild or the adult son of the person that left that money to you, you need to take it out within 10 years. All right. So you're going to have 10 years to take that money out, close down that Roth IRA. And again, the government wants you to do that because if you go beyond those 10 years, you're still not paying taxes on it. And they desperately need taxes, by the way, to get the revenue.
So I just want to stick on this again because I think it's really important. Again, the spouse can kind of drain it when they want, but for most other beneficiaries, they have to stick within that 10-year rule. But again, if I'm not paying taxes on it and it's not affecting my taxable income, what's the big deal?
Well, the big deal, there's really not a big deal for the individual. Okay. You can, let's say you inherit 500,000. If you took it out of the Roth and put it in your bank account today, there's no tax implication. So you have some flexibility within those 10 years. It really comes down to the US government wanting to make sure you get it out of that into some other type of investment account or other vehicle where they can then start collecting taxes. Now, remember, they're going to be collecting taxes on any capital gains you have if you put it into investments, any dividends or interest that you have, or maybe you invest in real estate and then you sell it for gain, they'll be collecting taxes on that. So they want it back into the tax revenue system and out of that Roth.
I see. Okay, that makes sense. So I know you have some tips for anybody who is going to be inheriting a Roth IRA. And the first tip is that you just need to understand what kind of beneficiary you are.
Absolutely. There's different rules depending on the beneficiary you are. We talked about the spouse. That person's an eligible designated beneficiary. The other type of eligible designated beneficiary would be a minor under the age of 18, disabled or chronically ill adult. They don't have to abide by that 10 years. Although the minor, once they become age of majority, which is over 18, all of a sudden that 10-year rule comes into play. So it's really important to understand what type of beneficiary you are and what the withdrawal rules are going to be for you.
And now, second, I wanted to talk through your tax situation because for most inheritances, we have to take this into account. Is this applicable here?
It really isn't. You know, that's the beauty of this Roth. That's why I encourage a lot of folks to consider Roths. They're not going to have to, if I'm saving in a Roth, I'm not going to have RMDs and pay taxes while I'm alive. I'm going to then pass that on to my beneficiaries with that tax gift. I paid it already. They don't have to worry about it. So when they take that, you inherit that Roth IRA and you're taking the money out, it really doesn't have a tax implication for you. So it's a very powerful tool.
And then next, of course, invest that money wisely.
Well, you should always invest all of your money wisely. If inheritance the money, it's a good idea to really think about how you want that money to work for you. Is that potentially going to help with a college education? Is that going to help you with retirement? Is that going to help you with some investments? Is it going to help you with your business? There's a lot of things to consider. Anytime you're making these types of decisions, it's really a good idea to either speak with an advisor or get a second set of eyes on your ideas. Create that sounding board to make sure that you're doing the right thing. But be careful with it. Identify your goals and set a course.
But you're leading me right into our last point, which is seek professional help. This is incredibly complicated. You want to make sure that you're doing it correctly.
You really do. It's really important to understand how and when you need to take withdrawals from this, and that will be dictated by what type of beneficiary you are. And we deal with this all the time, Erin. We have clients that are inheriting these Roth IRAs, or even clients that are contributing to Roth IRAs for their beneficiaries. It's really important to understand where you fall within that spectrum, and what the rules are for withdrawals, because there's implications to it, and there's penalties if you don't do it the right way.
Right, exactly. All right, Sean, thank you so much. If somebody is going to be inheriting or they want to bequeath a Roth IRA, what's the best way to reach you with questions?
Oh my gosh, please call us 603-715-2335. Be happy to chat with you. If you'd like to go to our website first, that's a great resource as well. That's daviswealthmgmt.com. You can get some information there, and if you want to book a meeting with us, contact us, and you can put some time directly on my calendar.
All right, Sean, thank you.
Thanks, Erin.